Hey Fit Lab, Coach Bree here giving the whiteboard breakdown for Tuesday, August 11th. Today the equipment you're going to need is a kettlebell and a plate. If you don't have a plate, we can use an odd object or just reuse that kettlebell for the Medcon. For your warm-up, we're going to do 2 rounds. We're going to start with 10 good mornings. So you can use a kettlebell or we can go unweighted, but I'm trying to push my hips back, stretch right here, squeeze my glutes to come back forward. If I want to add a little bit of weight, I can grab a kettlebell or a bar, anything to add some weight. Push my hips back. Notice I'm not bending my knees, not going into a squat. Just driving my hips back, keeping my knees straight. Squeeze my glutes, come back up. Finish that, you're going to give me 5 single leg kettlebell deadlifts with each of your legs. So we're going to start demonstrating with my right. Holding that kettlebell, I'm going to push my left leg to the wall behind me. Bending over, finding that balance point, and then coming back together. So you do 5 with the right, switch, and do 5 with the left. After that, you give me 10 squats. Just trying to get nice and loose here, warming up our air squat. If you want to add a little weight, you can add some weight to that. You give me 5 down dog to cobra. On those down dogs, make sure we're pressing our head in between our shoulders to stretch out our shoulders a bit. And you can pedal those heels down to the ground to stretch out our calves. And then when I go through into the cobra, I want to make sure I'm stretching out that lower back. Then we'll just rotate to the next one. And then you can step your right leg forward. We're going to do 10 of the world's greatest stretch. We'll do 5 on each side. So I just want to be reaching here, reaching this way, and then turning myself up. So I'll do 5 on one side, and then switch and do 5 on the other. When you finish 2 rounds of that, we're going to get into our skill work. For our skill work, all you're going to be using is a kettlebell. You're going to do 4 rounds. You're going to start by holding a heavy kettlebell, 15 seconds on your right side in a farmer's hold. What I want to do is make sure I'm rotating that shoulder back, locking down my lats, and just squeezing my lats, squeezing my triceps, squeezing my whole shoulder to keep everything locked in here. 15 seconds. Try to go to the other side, 15 seconds. Then I can take the kettlebell up into a front rack position, hold it here for 15 seconds. Then on the left side for 15 seconds. And I'm going up over my head, holding 15 seconds. Let's make sure we're not letting that kettlebell drift off this way. We want to make sure that we're stacking that kettlebell and over our shoulder, trying to rotate that armpit forward. 15 seconds. Then you'll go up over your head on the left side, 15 seconds. You can put down the kettlebell, that'll be 1 round. You can do 4 of those. Rest, get into that next round. For your Medcon today, we have a 15-minute AMRAP. In the AMRAP, we're going to start with 25 kettlebell swings. These are going to be Russian or American. Those work on hiking that kettlebell to us. A lot of times, especially in the middle of the warm or workout, we stand over the bar or stand over the kettlebell. We want to make sure we don't get in this position where I have to stand it up and then generate some momentum to get it going. Instead, I want to set it behind the kettlebell. I'm going to do that good morning, we warmed up. Reach for the kettlebell and then hike it to myself. Then I'm just going to squeeze my glutes. Remember, a Russian swing is the eye level, an American swing is going to be going up overhead. 25 swings, then give me 15 V-ups. In those V-ups, we're going to be pointing our toes in front of us, belly button's going down to the ground, locking in those shoulders, and then I'm just going to fold myself in half and come back down. If you're still working on V-ups, we can try to make these sit-ups, sitting up overhead, touching the top of our toes. After those 15, you're going to do 15 plate ground to overhead. So RX is 35, 25. We'd set up with the plate, and I can take it in one movement, jumping the weight over my head, kind of snatching the weight, or I can flip it up to my shoulders and press it up over my head. If I have an odd object, I can use a bag, or I can even use a kettlebell that I'm using for the workout, just taking it to a clean, then up over my head, or I can turn it, almost a snatch, driving that kettlebell up over my head. Whatever weight you're doing there, 15 reps, going back to those 25 kettlebell swings. Let me know how you guys did.